Hey folks, this is Brian from Super Easy Toots, and in this tutorial we're going to discuss arrays. It's going to be a two-part tutorial on arrays. And arrays are basically data structures, and a data structure is a compound data type. And what that means is they are single entities made up of numerous parts. They're like a numbered list of items, and all of the items must be of the same data type. Now they can contain any of the data types we have learned so far. It can be an int, float, char, string, double. When defining an array, we have to specify three different things. We have to specify the data type the array will hold, have to specify the name of the array, which is a user created name, we create that name, and we also have to declare how many items the array will hold. And what I've done here is did a little example. Basically, in declaring an array, we have the data type comes first, which we have char in this instance. Then the name, the user created name, I named this one Jason, and then in between these brackets we have the number, and that's going to be basically the number of items that the array can hold. Has to be in these solid brackets, not the curly braces that we've been using earlier, and also we need the semicolon at the end. Now each position in the array is called an array element, and the elements start at 0, they don't start at 1. So for the array above, where we have 7 items in there, the elements go from 0 to 6, not from 1 to 7. And when we want to refer to a particular element, we use a subscript notation. So it would be these brackets, and then whatever element number that we're trying to access. And basically we can assign values to arrays in two ways. The first way is after we've declared the array, just the array name, then in the brackets the element number, the element position, which is 0 in this case, which would be item number 1, and we've basically given it the value of a small h character. And then just the same way as above, element name, the array name, the element number, which in this situation is 1, and we've given it the small character R, and you would continue on all the way through Jason and then 6 in brackets till you've assigned values to all the elements. And then the second way is to initialize it when it's declared, and basically this is the same as from above. We declare the array, the data type, the array name, then in the brackets the number of items that's going to be in the array, and then we have curly brackets surrounding all the items, all the values that we're assigning. In this case, small a surrounded by single quotes because it's a char data type, and then a comma. All these are separated by commas, and then so on. What I've done below here is I've drawn a picture to kind of give you a little bit more clarity. So basically this is our array, and we have 7 elements in here. The elements go from 0 to 6. Remember, we start at 0, we don't start at 1. And we have A through G, which is the first 7 letters of the alphabet. So I'm going to flip over to Quincy here and show you what I have here is basically straight from the notes. I've declared an array with data type char, given it the name Jason, 7 elements, 7 items in there, and then started giving values here the first way that I just showed you. The element name Jason, the array name Jason. Element 0 is going to equal the small h. Array name Jason. Element 1 is going to equal the small r. And then I've done an output statement here. In this first one, I'm just outputting the element in position 1, which is actually position 2. So the array name Jason, element 1, which we know is an r, and then here I've done the element 6, which we haven't defined anything. It's still going to compile, it's just there's nothing in there. So when we run this, show you what's going to happen. And we have our R, and then there's just an empty space here because we haven't assigned anything to the element number 6. So now the second way to do this is to just comment this out real quick. The second way is to initialize the values when we declare the array. And what I've done here is declared an array, data type, name, number of items, and then just like from the notes, we have the A through G separated by commas, and each character surrounded by single quotes, have our curly brackets, and then our semicolon. And then I've done the same output as I did before. JSON, the array name, the element 1, which is not A, it's actually B. Remember, this is 0 and this is 1. And then the last element, which is number 6, right here, which will be a G. So we expect a B and then a G to be outputted on our screen here. And there we have the B and the G. So again, there's the key things to remember is that the element numbers go from 0 to whatever number this is minus 1. And when you're accessing them, you have to access them using those element numbers. And then when you're assigning them values, you have the two ways. You can do each individually, or you can actually do it when you declare the array. And I know I keep saying this, but this is another important concept in C++. You're going to continue to use this throughout programming in C++.